What is the heaviest object in the world? Please, save your mom jokes. I really looked into what is the heaviest object on Earth, the heaviest object in space, and the heaviest man-made object. So let's get down to the kilos and welcome to the German Science Guy. I'm Dr. Jakob Beautemps, and in Germany we say Los geht's. First, as a reminder, and important for this video, the distinction between mass and weight, so we know what we're talking about. When we step on a scale, we read the scale and think we know our weight in kilograms. But from a physicist's point of view, that's wrong, because kilograms are not the unit for weight, but the unit for mass. There's a crucial difference between weight, or more precisely, weight force, and mass. The mass of a body is the same everywhere, but its weight is not. If we were flying to the moon and stand on a scale there, we would only weigh 1/6 of our weight on Earth. The reason for this is that the gravitational force is lower on the moon. The mass still would be the same. And actually, we can even see that on Earth. I'm standing here in an elevator, and when it's not moving, this is my weight. Now I go down. Because of the acceleration of the elevator, the force downwards is lower and I seem to be lighter. My mass remains the same, but my weight does not. Sadly, I'm only lighter when we travel downwards and we are accelerated. Once we reach our final velocity or our final destination, I'm as heavy as before. Okay. First, let's talk about the heaviest object that is not on Earth. The heaviest object in space known to mankind is a black hole Ton 618. Just look at this incredible scale of this black hole. According to NASA, it is said to be 66 billion times heavier than our Sun. And as we know, the Sun is the heaviest object in our solar system, weighing 1.99 quadrillion tons. Okay, so the mass of the Sun is already incomprehensible to us humans, and the mass of the black hole is of course even more mind-boggling. But what is the heaviest object here on Earth? Before we get to that, let's talk about something that makes a lot of people get heavy feelings. It feels like every time you open the news, there's another headline about ecosystems collapsing. It's super easy to feel helpless. But instead of just worrying about it, I decided I actually wanted to do something. That's why I became a member of Planet Wild, and I'm a member for over 3 years now. If you're tired of just talking about environmental problems and want to see real action, this is for you. Planet Wild is basically crowdfunding for nature. It's a community-based organization where over 20,000 of us pool our resources every single month to fund carefully selected nature protection missions. Just take their latest project. For centuries, grizzly bears moved freely across the Canadian Rocky Mountains. Today, highways have completely carved up their habitat, separating populations and causing lots of fatal collisions. But there's a solution. Wildlife bridges. To help build these massive forested overpasses, the Planet Wild community just funded GPS collars and trail cameras. They are tracking exactly where the bears cross Highway 3 in Canada. This hard data is being used to place new wildlife corridors that will reconnect the grizzlies and reduce collisions by over 90%. And you don't just send money into a void, you get to see your impact with your own eyes because they upload a new mission every month right here on YouTube. If you want to join a growing community that makes a difference, consider joining Planet Wild. You can give whatever amount, big or small, that feels right to you. Every dollar counts, plus there's no catch, you can cancel it anytime. If you want to know more about Planet Wild and join the community, either scan this QR code, click the link in the description, or use my code SCIENCE3 later. Okay, that's that. Now let's get back to finding out what is the heaviest object here on Earth. The heaviest object in relation to its size is, of course, the object or element with the highest density. The greater the density, the heavier something is in relation to its volume or size. A small stone weighs more than an equally large pile of cotton wool. Logical. And on Earth, the element with the highest density is osmium. Osmium has the highest density of all natural chemical elements and is therefore the heaviest element of all. As mentioned, density is the ratio of mass to volume. A cube measuring 1 cubic centimeter, like this one here, would weigh 22.59 grams if it were made of osmium. Density is therefore calculated from the number of grams per cubic centimeter. By comparison, the chemical element with the lowest density, hydrogen, would weigh just 0.09 grams as a cube. Uranium, which is also considered very heavy, has a density of 19.1 grams per cubic centimeter. That's 2.5 grams less than osmium. 1 cubic meter of osmium would weigh 22,590 kilograms if it would be built as a large cube measuring 1 cubic meter from the theoretical osmium cubes. The funny thing is that the entire world supply of osmium, so all the osmium that currently exists within the Earth's crust, would fit into a cube with an edge length of 2.1 meters. And the volume of a cube with an edge length of 2.1 meters is 9.261 cubic meters, and with a density of 22,590 kilograms per cubic meter, this global cube of osmium would weigh around 209,206 kilograms. This makes osmium not only the heaviest natural element, but also one of the rarest of the 8 precious metals in the periodic table. This element is also extremely expensive because of this. 1 gram of osmium currently costs 2,219 euros on the world market. Okay, so we know the black hole Ton 618 is the heaviest object in space, osmium is the heaviest element on Earth, and what are the heaviest objects that we humans have ever built or manufactured? The massive and heavy structures built by the ancient Egypts are extremely impressive. The total weight of the pyramid of Cheops is estimated to be between 5.5 and 6.5 million tons. But according to the Guinness Book of Records, the heaviest building in the world is the Palace of Parliament in Bucharest. It weighs a total of 4.1 million tons. And this is me in front of it when I was visiting the strongest laser in the world for the research of my book, which is sadly only available in German, but yeah, it was really impressive. There are also other extremely heavy buildings. I tried to find out the weight of the Great Chinese Wall, and even if I didn't find official numbers, there are people that tried to calculate it. And they did this by using the estimated number of bricks. And they came to the conclusion that the wall is probably 52 billion kilograms heavy. But that's not all. The heaviest object that humans have built and transported from one place to another is said to be the Troll A offshore natural gas platform of the west coast of Norway. It is said to weigh an astonishing 1.2 million tons. It took 10 tugboats to move the platform to its location. The convoy moved at only 1 knot per hour. And there's one more thing that is really exciting and also a little bit scary: uranium in airplanes. Uranium may not be the heaviest element in the world, but it's quite heavy. And that is why it was used in airplanes for a long time. The weight serves to prevent fluttering. However, in 1992, there was a terrible accident in which a cargo plane crashed into a residential area. The hot fire burned the used uranium, and the residents of the surrounding houses subsequently complained of lung diseases, miscarriages, and massive mutations. In the meantime, however, the material is said to have been replaced by tungsten, but then I discovered an interesting minor interpolation by a member of parliament from North Rhine-Westphalia in Germany. That's where I live. And the interpolation is from 2001. But then the response from the Minister of Economics and Small Businesses, Energy and Transport was that there were still 8 German aircrafts in service that had uranium on board as ballast weights. And that's only in Germany. I found that somewhat alarming. And then I have one more final comparison that is also very impressive to me and makes me think. We humans have now converted a mass of 30 trillion tons of resources into technical artifacts. That is more than the Earth produces in living beings of all kinds. We have created more than 1 billion different objects. These include houses, dams, airplanes, cars, roads and locks, to name just a few examples. They weigh down every square meter of Earth's surface with around 50 kilograms. So you could say that humans are prisoners of the technosphere they've created for themselves. To me, this number is really incredible somehow and makes me think. And to be fully transparent, this surprising and unusual assessment was not made by myself. It was made by an international team of geologists led by Professor Jan Zalazewski from the University of Leicester in the UK. And by the way, all the sources, like all the time, are shown here and then linked in the description, so every time you can check where I get my information from. This is what I do in every video, and if you like that, you may want to subscribe to the channel and support it. And if you want to become a member, I'm also very happy if you want to, because this supports my work. But let's get back to the professor. He calls this man-made world the technosphere, and he says we don't always have as much control over it as we think. And he warns, the technosphere is a system with its own dynamics and energy flows, and humans have long been dependent on this system for their survival. In a sense, humans are prisoners of the technosphere they have created. So even though it's great to create even bigger, heavier and more extreme objects, we might need to start thinking about scaling back a little. And one heavy waste problem we need to talk about is, for example, radioactive waste. I visited an old nuclear power plant that is currently getting built back, and the startup wants to do transmutation there, so to recycle the radioactive waste. You find this video here, and not so many people have watched it yet, so maybe you want to check it out. And a quick reminder before you go, you can become a digital nature conservationist and protect nature without even leaving your home. And if you want to see exactly how your contribution protects the planet, click right here on the screen to watch how they are saving the grizzlies in North America. I say goodbye oder auf Wiedersehen, which means goodbye in German. Thank you for watching. Macht's gut.